In the world of retail, competition is cutthroat.
There's a jungle out there, and it's dangerous.
These entrepreneurs have big ambitions.
My dream is to see an Incredipop in every home in America.
So they've come to our investor and his team of experts for help.
I think she can take this retail opportunity and rock it.
They'll get quizzed by real consumers.
Why is this better than regular Dough?
And get feedback.
It's real pricey.
It just looks too generic.
And in the end, Joe and Joe alone decides if they will receive the backing of Hatched Business Solutions.
I think you have so much to offer, kid.
And a chance to change their lives forever. This week, an exuberant entrepreneur who's created a liquid vitamin inspired by his late father.
My father and I started on a health journey together. That's what led to the birth of Buiced.
Our investor and his experts get a dose of his charm.
My God, you could light up a billboard with that smile.
But will his healthy concoction go down easy?
It's an unusual taste.
I'm trying to get my tongue to start tasting again.
And will his stubbornness
I am not going to change my name regardless of anything you say.
be too tough for Joe to swallow?
We have decided.
Our investor Joe has brought together his experts. Freddy Cameron is a retail expert with over 16 years of experience, responsible for over $2 billion in product sales. And Nicole Lapin is a New York Times best-selling author and one of the nation's top financial experts, anchoring financial news on CNBC, CNN, and Bloomberg.
I'm so excited about this week's product category, nutritional supplements. It's a massive trend. Everybody's trying to be healthier right now. Right, Joe?
Where? Who?
You
Oh,
like
me?
being healthy. Are you guys ready to hear from the entrepreneur?
Absolutely.
Ready.
Let's bring him on.
Absolutely.
Ray, a tenacious entrepreneur, is seeking an investment to launch his one-of-a-kind liquid vitamin into a national brand.
Hello.
Oh, sir.
Hey guys, my name is Ray Doustdar. I'm the CEO and founder of Buiced Incorporated, and we make Buiced. It's a liquid multivitamin that gives you 100% of your daily vitamins. You don't have to swallow a handful of pills, and pill-form vitamins only absorb at 10 to 20%. Whereas with a liquid, you get 98%.
I totally dig the idea of liquid vitamins. A lot of pills are just tough to take.
What are your goals?
My goal is to get into people's homes and make Buiced part of their morning ritual that hopefully will get people on a road to better health.
Well, I'll give you this much, my young friend. You are passionate, and those teeth are spectacular. I mean, my God, you could light up a billboard with that smile. I admire Ray's enthusiasm for his product, but he still needs to prove to me whether or not his product is worth backing.
I'm curious to know, how did you come up with this concept?
You know, a few years back, my father and I started on a health journey together, and he actually just recently passed away.
So
Sorry to hear that.
Thanks. When we started on this, we both had high cholesterol. So we changed our dietary lifestyle, and then we started taking pill-form vitamins. But the problem for me was I would get very nauseous. And so I just decided to crush up my pill-form vitamins on my counter, and then I dissolved it in a fresh vegetable juice. And not only did I not get nauseous, but I felt great. So that's what led to the birth of Buiced.
I love your story. I think your father would be so, so proud of you.
Thank you. You know, he took a shot of it every day. I would take a shot of it every day. I'm trying really hard to hold this back. It's been super, super challenging, but I feel like, you know, I have him with me now. I'm using his strength, and I'm using what he instilled in me as a man to move this thing forward full steam ahead.
Why are you here today?
I need the investment. I'm looking for people who believe in what I'm trying to do, which is I'm trying to improve people's health. Secondly, I want to get into big box retailers, and I want to know what I need to do to get this product on the shelf and expand my distribution.
Where are you currently selling your product right now?
Right now, the product is doing great off of our website.
Okay. What's your retail price?
This is the 30-ounce, 1-month supply. Retail price point is $29.99.
His price may be more than vitamin pills, but consumers will be willing to pay the extra price for the convenience.
How did you come up with this name?
Since I originally was pouring it into my fresh vegetable juice, I was trying to be clever, and I thought, oh, it's a boost for my juice. I wrote the word juice down on a piece of paper. I crossed out the J. I put a B. I was like, Boost. Okay, and in the word boost, you've got a B, a C, an E, and a D, and those are 4 of the vitamins that I give you on an everyday basis in the product.
That's pretty
100%.
clever.
I think the name might be a little bit too clever, though. I think if you hear the name Boost, you know, you think B-O-O-S-T.
The name Boost is really confusing. When you see it, you don't know how to say it. And when you hear it, you don't know how to spell it. And that's not good.
So can we taste it?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's hard to wash down. Ugh.
It's an unusual taste. I actually thought it would be a lot worse.
What do you think?
I'm trying to get my tongue to start tasting again.
Listen, vitamins, if they taste too good, they're probably loaded with sugar.
That does not have sugar.
There's no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners. For some people who might have a sensitive palate, like Joe does, you can pour it into your cup of orange juice in the morning as one way of taking the product.
I may not like the taste, but consumers decide the success of any product. So if they like it, I'll learn to like it.
All right, my friend, what we're gonna do tomorrow is set up a retail challenge for you. You're gonna be right here in the Hatched pop-up store, and you're gonna be interacting with consumers one-on-one. That's your one big chance, because we're gonna take a look at that consumer feedback, and that's how we're gonna make a decision. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm actually super excited for the retail challenge. When it comes to consumers, their feedback is invaluable to me, and I absolutely look forward to getting that.
Coming up, will Ray get a boost from the consumer's feedback?
That's actually pretty good.
There you go.
Or will it be a bitter pill?
The color of green was kind of reminiscent of vomit.
Ray wants to turn his liquid vitamin into a national brand. The flavor fell flat with our experts.
It's an unusual taste.
I'm trying to get my tongue to start tasting again.
But before Joe decides if he's going to financially back him, he needs to hear from potential customers. So today, Ray will have to pitch Boost to over 100 consumers who will give their feedback in a survey, which will be analyzed closely by Nicole and Freddy before Joe makes his final decision.
Hello. Hey there, how are you? Hello. Hey there, I'm Ray. I am the inventor and founder of Boost Liquid Multivitamin. You're gonna get 100% daily value of the entire spectrum of vitamins. This is gonna, okay, you know what? I like that reaction because you probably don't like swallowing pills.
No.
It replaces that gobs of pills that you have to take that get stuck in your throat and that causes that nauseous feeling.
I'm not a fan of the taste. But let's see if Ray's $1 million smile can sell the consumers on this product.
Take a taste.
It tastes really good.
Tastes great.
Actually, Boost tasted surprisingly good.
But the vitamin flavor didn't go down well with everyone.
Did you like the taste?
It tastes like vitamins.
It's a health product.
Yeah.
I'm not making candy.
It didn't taste super great, but you know what? Vitamins do taste super great. Is it something in there that's giving it that vitamin taste?
I think it's health.
I grimaced when I tried it.
It was a bit sour.
Green juice. Well, then you can boost your juice.
Oh, you can put it in this?
Yeah, so you can just add it to a juice. Yeah. You literally boost your juice.
That's actually pretty good.
There you go.
When I had it mixed with orange juice, I actually enjoyed it.
I don't mind people putting it in their juice. You know what? As long as they're taking their boost, that's all I care about.
I definitely like to mix it.
All right, cool. Boost your juice. I love it.
They say old habits die hard, so we need to see if consumers are willing to give up their vitamin pills for a liquid version instead.
Am I getting anything more out of this than I am out of a pill?
You're getting a 10 to 20% absorption from your pill form vitamin. With a liquid, you're getting 98%.
I did not know that vitamins were more absorbent in liquid form, so I learned something today.
I always take the pill form, but having tasted Boost, I would definitely go with liquid every day.
Yeah, I would definitely buy his liquid vitamins.
My biggest concern for this product is the name. Let's see if consumers find it as confusing as I did.
I love the name, man. Boost.
Yeah, Boost.
Boost.
I just like saying that word.
I loved the name of Boost.
The brand is actually spelled like the word juiced or pronounced like the word boost.
Boost, yes, spelled really oddly for some reason. If I saw the spelling first, I would have no idea how to pronounce it.
Boost, boost, boost.
Boost? Boost?
Boost or boost. If I was given the name and I tried to find it in a store, I don't think I could find it.
So my clever play on words could potentially be a little too clever.
I think so.
All right. on a blast. It is invaluable getting consumer input. I got several ideas today. Now I'm taking them, I'm gonna use them.
I like Ray's packaging because it's going to catch your eye on the shelf next to every other Dole vitamin bottle. I'm curious to see what the consumers feel.
What do you think about the packaging?
I like the packaging a lot.
It's very appealing. I love the green color they use.
I definitely look at it on the shelf.
But for some, the packaging was eye-catching in the wrong way.
The color of green that they were using was kind of reminiscent of vomit, to be honest.
I feel like I'm looking at an energy drink here.
If I saw Boost on the shelves, I would assume that it's loaded caffeine. Probably wouldn't buy it.
Looks like the packaging was a bust for some, but will the price boost them back up?
How much does this cost?
So this bottle is a 1-month supply, and it sells for $29.99 or $30. So $1 a day. Think about it.
That's a competitive price, very affordable.
I think your pricing is very reasonable.
You think $1 a day is fair for your health?
Yes.
So this old Cowboy is not the demographic for Ray's liquid vitamins. So I'm gonna need to see how the consumers feel before I can decide whether or not to invest in this product.
As the retail day comes to an end, the consumers fill out their surveys and give their feedback on Boost.
This has been one of the best experiences of my life to date. It's been great interacting with everybody, and I'm looking forward to taking Cowboy Joe's money.
It's time for the Hatched Pop Quiz. What percentage of Americans take a multivitamin regularly? Is it A, 20%, B, 50%, or C, 75%? Find out the answer when we return to Hatched. Before the break, we asked, what percentage of Americans take a multivitamin regularly? Is it A, 20%, B, 50%, or C, 75%? The answer is B. Approximately 50% of all Americans take a multivitamin regularly. Ray came to Hatch Business Solutions looking for an investment to launch his liquid vitamin into retail stores. He faced the ultimate retail challenge.
It is invaluable getting consumer input.
But will the consumer survey results be strong enough to help convince our investor Joe his product is worthy of financial backing?
All right, guys, you remember Ray. He's the founder of Boost. We have a mixed survey result in. Are you guys ready to tell him what we found?
Ready.
All right, let's bring Ray in. Wow.
I'm back.
Somebody took their vitamins this morning.
I did take my vitamins. How are you guys?
All right, so what did you learn from the retail challenge?
You know, retail challenge turned out great for me. I learned that people are looking for a better way to take their vitamins, and that's what I'm providing.
All right, so we have the results. Are you ready to hear them?
Absolutely.
So when it came to the consumers' feedback on the taste of your product,
only a third of consumers like the taste. That's a really low score.
It didn't taste super great.
It was a bit sour.
I grimaced when I tried it.
Those are fair comments, and I can look to improve the taste. But remember, I don't want to add sugar. I don't want to ever add artificial flavors, artificial preservatives. So I will work to make it taste better without sacrificing the integrity of the product.
Okay, so we all know I'm not a huge fan of the taste, but I do understand Ray's desire to keep the integrity of his product.
All right, let's talk about your name. When we ask customers, do they like your product name? Only 60% said yes.
That's actually a very low score.
Buiced? Boost or Boost?
I would have no idea how to pronounce it.
If I was given the name and I tried to find it in a store, I don't think I could find it.
This really concerns me, Ray.
The name is confusing.
I did a search on Boost, and I spelt it wrong because I heard it for the first time. I didn't see it.
I've gotten that feedback before, but I believe in the name, and I believe in the education of the product will get that name out there, but I appreciate the feedback.
I just want to be clear. You're not going to change your name no matter what we say.
I am not going to change my name regardless of anything you say. Yeah, that one's a non-negotiable.
Did I just hear him right? Kiddo, if you're asking me for my money, everything's negotiable. You know that that's tough for an investor to swallow. When people are giving you survey results and they're saying they don't like the name on your product, I know it's important to you. Everyone has to be passionate about what they're doing, but you also have to be smart. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Okay, before we make our final decision, is there anything you'd like to say to us?
I came here to find people that are gonna help me make change in people's day-to-day lives and their health. So if your vision is aligned with my vision, I think we could make a beautiful team. There's a lot at stake here. If these guys come on board the way I want them to, this will absolutely change my life forever. If it's not, it's back to the drawing board.
It's time for Joe to consult with his experts before he makes his final decision.
Talk to me, kids.
I love him as an entrepreneur. I mean, he is a good advertisement for his product if he has that much energy. I love this category, nutritional supplements. It's such a great, growing, high-margin industry.
That category has seen major growth in the last 10 years. And from my experience, the multivitamins that are in the market right now are all in pill form. There really isn't that much liquid vitamins out there in the marketplace. Matter of fact, competition is really non-existent. So I really believe there is a place for his product out in the marketplace.
Me too. However, I hate that name. I had confusion, customers were confused in the survey, and still, he has no interest in even entertaining the idea of changing that name. He just shut down that conversation like I have never seen.
The very last thing I need to do is get into business with someone that's going to refuse to listen to our suggestions. I don't know, this one seems really risky.
When I see that he's not willing to change the name, I just automatically think, now I gotta spend more money in marketing to really drive home exactly what that product is, how to say it, how to spell it, and where to find it. And then also to educate consumers on the benefits of using the liquid vitamin. So the marketing aspect is gonna be so critical to be successful. It's gonna cost money.
Well, thank you, Freddy. Thank you, Nicole. I've reached a decision. Let's bring him in.
Coming up.
I'm dying to hear what these guys have to say.
We have decided.
Ray came to Hatch Business Solutions in hopes of turning Boost into a household name. At the retail challenge, his liquid vitamin was a hit with the consumers.
That's actually pretty good.
There you go.
But he tried our investors' patience with his willfulness.
Everyone has to be passionate about what they're doing, but you also have to be smart.
And now, it's decision time. Has Ray done enough to walk away with an investment to help launch his product into a national brand?
I'm very nervous. I'm excited at the same time. This is absolutely the biggest moment of my business life. I'm dying to hear what these guys have to say.
So, Ray, how do you feel right now?
I'm very nervous about the decision. This is the biggest thing I've got going right now.
After a great deal of deliberation, we have decided we at Hatched Business Solutions would like to work with you. I think you have so much to offer, kid.
I honestly think I'm gonna collapse, but instead I'm gonna scream, "Ah!" That's great. That's
Now
great to
listen
hear.
very carefully, my friend. The caveat is I want improvement in your flexibility and your ability to listen.
I can commit to you that I will definitely be flexible in listening.
All right, brother.
All right,
Welcome to the family.
thank you. I'm super happy.
Congratulations, Ray.
Thanks, Freddie.
So you have a lot of work to do to make your product that global brand. But you have partners now, so it's not all on you now.
That's what I came here for, is to find the right partners. So I'm looking forward to helping people live healthier lifestyles together with you guys.
I think your dad would be really proud of you.
You know what? I'm super glad, Dad. One more step. This is one more step on the journey. So I know he's looking down and he's proud of where we've come. I feel him every day. It's all rooted in him, and he'll be there for the rest of this journey as well. I just know it. Guys, I promise, I will listen. I will heed your advice. Let's make a change in this world. I want to make my mark by helping people on an everyday basis. And today was a big, big step for me. And we're going to get this product out to America, and we're going to change lives. Boost has finally hatched.